Welcome once again to my YouTube channel, and in this video I want us to again plot the graph of y is equals to 2x cubed plus 2x squared minus 4x, starting from when x is -2 all the way to when x is +2, by creating a suitable table of values. And what I've just come up with here is a table of values of how I would want my x to be, and so that I can be able to calculate and even get the values of corresponding y every time we have a new value of x. So when x is -2, x cubed becomes -8, and -8 times 2 becomes -16. When x is -2, x squared is 4. 4 times 2 is +8. And of course, -4 times -2 is +8. And as you realize, y is the sum of all this. So y is the sum of all that. So you will be able to know here, -16 plus 8 plus 8 is actually 0. So when x is -1, -1 cubed is -1. -1 times 2 becomes -2. And -1 squared is 1. 1 times 2 becomes 2. And -1 times 4 becomes +4 there. So for the values of now y is the sum of this, and that, which is basically a 4. When x is 0, the whole of 2x cubed is 0, 2x squared is 0, and even that is 0. And eventually y itself is 0. When x is 1, 2x cubed is 2, 2x squared is 2, and this is -4. And the sum of this is 4 plus -4 is another 0. When x is 2, 2 cubed is 8 times 2, 16. And 2 squared is 4 times 2 is 8. And of course, -4 times 2 is -8. And now y becomes 16 plus 8 minus 8 is simply 16. And that is just what we have. And we now need to come up with a graph. Let us see what happens here. So we have, that is the y-axis, and we can also have x-axis here. Please let us know we need the upper part of y because it is the one which we require up to 16, and this is the x-axis. Fine. And it goes without saying, when x is -1, x is -2, x is -3, we have x1 there, we can have x2 there, and we can also have x3 there. And we need to get the values of y, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Let us name them. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, such that now when x is -2, y is, of course, you can see 0. So that is the point. When x is -1, y is 4, -1, 4. When x is 0, I wrote here y, but it's supposed to be 0. Correction, please. Supposed to be 0. When x is 0, y is also 0. When x is 1, y is also 0. When x is 1, y is also 0. When x is 2, y is now 16. you can see when x is 2, y is 16. So you climb along this straight line until you spot 16, and that is just it. So you realize that the graph is coming all the way from this side. That is our graph now, coming up. Let me draw it with a clearer color. Coming up. And I want to say something here. When you get here and the next value of y is also 0, you don't just cross. It's freehand. Remember, it's freehand. This is what should happen. It is freehand. You should not just cross. It is freehand. So we need to identify this turning point whereby x is a half. When x is a half, for example, let us put it in the table also. When x is a half cubed is 1 over 8. 1 over 8 times 2 is 1 over 4. When x is a half squared is a quarter times 2 is a half. When x is a half times minus 4 is minus 2. And then the sum of all this, that is minus a half plus, not minus a half, but a half plus a quarter, which is 0.75 minus 2, or 3 quarters minus 2, you get this is negative 1 and a quarter. So this particular point here is negative 1 and a quarter. That is the value of y at the very turning point. So that is it. Please follow and let us see. But of course, before you wind up, you need to name the graph. The name of the graph is y is equals to 2x cubed plus 2x squared minus 4x. And that is just it. Thank you, and let us meet in the next video.